All right, what is up, Speak True Sports? This is Bert. I'm back here with Tae again, and today we're going to continue going over our predictions for each division and how they're going to shake out. For this episode, we got the NFC North, and I'm pretty sure we both have the obvious winner of this division.
I got Green Bay. It's
Yeah.
obvious. Although this is the last ride, I don't know. This might be the last year they might take reign of this division, but as long as A-Rod there, they'll win the division
For sure.
No doubt in my mind.
Yeah, and I mean that last ride is just gonna push him harder.
Yeah,
throughout
this whole thing, and then they went and got his boy back, Randall Cobb.
Yeah,
that he might make it work. I don't know. I mean, Randall Cobb is he's a little on the back end of his career, but I think he'll do just fine in Green Bay. It's not like anything changed. He has a connection with A-Rod already. He was there for years, so it won't be hard to rekindle what they already had.
Yeah, and I mean they have a top 3 O-line. They have a top 5, top 3 quarterback. You know, they have a really solid. They have a top 5 receiver, or you could argue he's top 2. Honestly,
Yeah.
Devontae.
And in my opinion, I think he's one. I say Devontae is one, but
I'd probably put
everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah, and their defense isn't horrible. I mean, it was pretty good. It's getting better slowly. Another year for them to mesh together a little more, I think will help. But obviously, the biggest question for this team is the postseason. Like, can they get it done?
Yeah, can they finally get it done? I hope they do. I'm honestly, I'm rooting for him just because it's the last ride. I want to see A-Rod finally get one more with Green Bay, just to end it off on smooth terms. But we'll see. Another big thing is that I know Bakhtiari is out. I think for at least 3-4 weeks, right?
Yeah,
he's on PUP with that. I think it was I forget what the injury was, but I mean that's going to be a big hit for them for the first couple of weeks. I mean he's the leader of that O-line. He is the guy that holds everybody else accountable. So having him out is going to be a big deal.
For sure, but I think their opening schedule isn't too difficult. They got New Orleans, Detroit, first 2 weeks. Then they go San Francisco, which is going to be tough without Bakhtiari, and then they also have Pittsburgh, which is also going to be tough without Bakhtiari. But I think they'll be good for the first 2 games.
Second
2 games are up in the air, but I mean, like I said, they have Aaron Rodgers. He's great at scrambling out of the pocket, and they have Devontae Adams, who's one of the best route runner in
the league. Yeah.
All right, yeah, my projected win totals for them probably 11 to 13, just from looking at their schedule, kind of going through wins and losses generally in my head. I think they lose. I think they go 11 to 13 wins total.
I say mine's around the same, but I think they could get 14. I think they're capable to do it. That extra week, I think they're capable to do it.
For sure. All right, let's go to our second. This is going to be a little more up in the air. This is going to be a really tough fight for second. Whoever takes this could get a spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, this could be this second spot in this division could be like this last wild card spot in the NFC.
Yeah, for sure.
Very easily. But I personally I'm gonna take Chicago. I think the defense is gonna carry them a lot. I think the defense is gonna carry them a long way to a lot of wins this year. I mean, you got Khalil Mack. Of course, I mean you have Khalil Mack, and in the secondary you have Fuller, and I believe they have Callahan. I think is on the other side, which is just them two together are just a good duo already. Eddie Jackson back deep. You can't go wrong with it. I mean, the defense is very star-studded. So, I mean, I think it'll take them a long way. Now, on the offense, on the other hand, if they get this QB situation down, I think they could really they'll be effective in a way, but I don't know if they could be a top-tier offense, but they could be effective if they get this QB situation down.
See, I think if they jump between quarterbacks, I think it actually might hurt their offense a little bit, at least for a couple games, getting used to new quarterback and stuff. But honestly, they have, in my opinion, a really solid offense in terms of the pieces they have. David Montgomery, I mean, he was going crazy at the end of the year when they actually started giving him the ball and letting him work. Allen Robinson's one of the best receivers.
Everybody knows that.
He puts up crazy numbers with the worst quarterbacks
you could think of. Yeah.
Right. And now he has Andy Dalton, which might be an upgrade for Mitch Trubisky, but not that much. But
yeah, no.
But yeah, and then they also got Darnell Mooney. I think Darnell Mooney's I think he's gonna be really good this year. Cole Kmet at tight end, he could do something. You know, they have good pieces there. Matt Nagy just needs to put them together.
Yeah, he has to get the job done.
Yeah.
And me personally, I think that the best bet for them, for what they have and the pieces they have, I think Justin Fields will be the perfect fit. But obviously, you got to let him, get developed in the NFL and make sure you're not rushing him in and not ruining a prospect that could be somebody who could be really good for the team eventually over time. So
yeah, for sure.
Obviously, they're playing it the right way, not starting in week 1, but I think around like week 3, week 4, he should definitely start getting some more PT.
Honestly, they might as well just give him the job after they let Andy Dalton get his revenge game against the Bengals. It's just like, all right,
yeah,
Andy, you're good. Let's go, Justin.
Just it's already your career is already solid. You good enough. Let's let Justin Fields come in and be dynamic and be who he is.
Mm-hmm. So I also had the Bears second. I kind of had their win totals. It's kind of varied in my opinion, just because, like I said, it could really affect them if they switch mid-season into a different quarterback. I'm gonna go probably 8 to 11 wins for the Bears. The 11's like their top, like if they really fall out.
Yeah, I say 8 to 10. I don't know. They could push 11, but I think 10 is probably just where they'll like be just where they're at, perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. All right, so third, we probably both have the same list at this point, right? Vikings and then Lions.
Yeah, I got the same way. Yeah,
I like the Vikings. They have a chance to take second. I think they really do, but it depends on how much their defense steps up.
Yeah,
their offense is going to be great. I mean, they have one of the best wide receiver duos in the league.
Yeah.
And Kirk Cousins is not a bad quarterback. He's really not a bad quarterback. I don't know why people say he's below average. Honestly, shoot. I mean, if my team was hurting for a quarterback, I'd be cool with
I'd pick up Kirk Cousins. Yeah. I think people's main issue is that when it comes to that moment when they need him to come through, he always kind of he chokes up a little bit. It's either an interception or he just makes a bad read and it becomes an incomplete pass, or he puts him in a bad situation. But I mean, he's really skilled. I mean, he's capable to get the job done. I think by any means they could end up easing their way into the second spot. I mean, sorry about that. It depends on like you said, how good their defense is. I mean, they have Harrison Smith. They picked up Pat P. I mean, those two guys in the secondary they could really rely on. I think really it's just based on how good their pass rush can be. Daniel Hunter's still there, so hopefully he can finally, he can create some chaos to make it easier in the secondary. But it's really just based on the defense, because like you said, Justin Jefferson, I mean, easily was the best rookie receiver last year. And you have Adam Thielen on the other side, who people seem to forget about how good he actually is. I mean, it's crazy to me how people.
It's been like that since he started, right?
I mean, him and Diggs were so good, and I mean, I think people just forgot once Diggs left how good he really was, because Justin Jefferson kind of just came in and took over last year. But I mean, Adam Thielen still got it, man. He's still going to be consistent. He's still going to be he's going to be their go-to guy when they need those yards on third down. If third down's coming, Thielen's probably getting the ball, honestly. So.
And he's a great red zone target. He's
and then on top,
monster.
Yeah. And on top of that, Dalvin Cook. I mean, you can't go wrong having Dalvin Cook in the backfield.
For sure,
one of the best running backs in the league. I mean, he comes in the game, he's going to make an impact immediately. We all saw it last year when he came back from that injury. I think one of his first drives, he broke for like a 60-yard touchdown. It was something crazy like that. So I mean, we all know who Dalvin Cook is and what he can do.
The Vikings are like a Walmart version of the Titans, right?
Yeah.
Basically.
They have that running back and a two good duo. So yeah,
that run pass option, and they got dudes to throw it to. They got really solid quarterbacks. But yeah, going back to what you're saying on Kirk Cousins not showing up. Yeah, he was winless on Monday Night Football for his entire career up until last year. He won his first Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think he is a very good quarterback. He gets a job and he puts up great numbers. I think just the main thing with him is that he just throws a lot of interceptions, man. It's not the best, but he makes up for it with the yards and the touchdowns he does have when he has amazing games. He looks elite, and he has those games where he kind of throwing 2-3 interceptions in the game where it kind of looks kind of bad.
Irv Smith also got injured, and that's going to hurt them, but not much. I mean, at some point you got to pick your poison, and when you're defending this team against either you cover Adam Thielen as the one, or you cover Jefferson as the one. Either way, both those guys will torch you as the two. Thielen did it with Diggs. Jefferson did it last year when Thielen was the one. So no matter who you treat as the one or the two, the other guy is going to cook you.
Gonna go, yeah.
Honestly, I enjoy watching the Vikings. I think they're a pretty fun team to watch.
Definitely, offensive wise, they just know how to get the ball downfield. They know how to use their weapons right. That's all it is.
And let's go ahead and talk about the last team in here. I mean, it's not that much to talk about. But the Detroit Lions.
How long are they going to rebuild, man? I feel bad for all these players that get drafted to Detroit because, they bring these guys in and they sell them. They sell them good, but I just mean, man, I feel like Detroit be rebuilding forever. Even when they had Calvin Johnson, they were still rebuilding. I mean, how could you rebuild with Calvin Johnson? It doesn't make any sense. But I mean, somehow they did it. Somehow it happened.
Yeah.
They have, it's crazy. They have pieces. They actually have legitimate pieces.
Yeah.
You have DeAndre Swift. You have Amara St. Brown. You have T.J. Hawkinson. I mean, you have guys there who are capable to get the job done. And they just picked up Jamal Williams from Green Bay. I mean, you have guys that are able, on offense to, give you a push to at least, help you win some games. But it's just like I don't really know what they're doing. I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be real. The Lions could end up only winning because Jared Goff just keeps chucking the ball and pulls a Jameis Winston and just gets people touchdowns. Honestly, I kind of like Quintus Cephas. I think he could actually carve out a role in the team.
He could too.
But there's also just a lack of throwing targets. For the most part, the one guy is going to get targets is Hawkinson. But everybody else is up in the air. It depends on whoever Goff gels with the most.
I think they don't really have they don't have a wide receiver one. I feel like it. They don't have their legitimate this is the guy. This is our receiver. I don't think they have one yet. Which is a big problem for them. So.
And it'll become a bigger problem if they double T.J. Hawkinson. Then who are you going to throw to, right? It's who's going to step up and be that guy. The defense sucks. Let's just I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They do keep drafting rookies, so maybe they'll improve in a couple of years. But for right now, it's not good.
Yeah, they're in a rebuilding stage, and I forgot that the Detroit signed Tyrell Williams too. I mean, hopefully, he can finally show up and be healthy for more than probably 5 games and actually give the team some good numbers and give them a good receiver. But I mean, I think if Tyrell Williams can stay healthy, I think he'll definitely probably take that wide receiver one spot if he's healthy. But that's the only thing. Can he stay healthy? Nobody really knows how healthy he can really be. So it's just a matter of time to see how he does.
And I forgot to go over my win totals for the Vikings. I kind of got them around 7 to 10. That's probably my range for them.
I give Minnesota 6 to 8. I don't know if they can push 9 just because I don't know, man. They do struggle a lot, unfortunately. And I mean, they do have to play Green Bay. They have to play Green Bay twice. They have to play Chicago twice. I mean, those two teams playing them twice alone is going to give them a headache. So I say 6 to 9 easily.
Yeah. The 10 is very optimistic on my end. It's assuming that they're going to split at least a couple of their divisional rivalries.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's go back to the Lions. I'm gonna be real. I got them at 0 to 3 wins total.
Yeah, I'm around the same. It's just not gonna happen this year. Hopefully, they'll get another top pick, and they'll try to build up their defense some more. But I don't know, man. They got to figure something out. Coaching, I don't know what they're gonna do. They got to figure something out.
I think they got to get a quarterback before anything else. I don't think Jared Goff's gonna stick there.
No, they need to go ahead and try to get one of these. C.J. Stroud. They can get C.J. Stroud from Ohio State. Sam Howell, I don't know. I mean, you saw that game against VTech. He looked a little shaky.
DJ, I don't know how to say his last name. DJ.
I don't think he's eligible this year.
He's not. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he's too young. Him and Bryce Young. You would think both of them would be able to come out this year, but they're too young. Dang. They're just sophomores. It's crazy to see. I mean,
they have to wait another year.
Yeah, they'll have to wait another year. Hopefully, they can. I think they got 2 years in them to rebuild again. I don't think by next year they'll have it all figured out to make everything work. So.
And also, they're in such a tough division to be good.
Yeah.
When you have those 3 teams above you,
Yeah, it's hard.
It's 2 great offenses and an amazing defense.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to win any. They might get swept for all their divisional.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll win the division at all this year. And if they do, that's based on if teams stay healthy. If injuries come in a factor, they might pull one out. But I mean, if all these major players on these teams in this division stay healthy, there's no way they win a game in this division. There's no way.
All right, so let's wrap up with our final rankings again. So we both had the Packers, and then the Bears, and then the Vikings, and then the Lions. So those are our predictions, our projections right there. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And it's been Speak True Sports. It's been real. I'm Bert.
Hey, appreciate you guys.
We'll see you next time. Thank you.